Welcome back, everyone, to another dicondissectional production hosted by Deathstroke9. Tonight, we're going to be reacting to the Kinks. You Really Got Me. Now, before we start this, I would like to tell you my previous experience with this song, because You Really Got Me. When I first started learning to play the guitar, I looked up lists of easy to play riffs or songs or whatnot, and one of them, I believe, was this song. So here's what I know from this song. This is it. All right. Yeah, that's that's what I know. All right. So just a little heads up. I think that is the main riff of the song. However, I don't think I've ever actually sat down and listened to the song. So yeah, some people on the Patreon requested it, and I was like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Well, we should do some of the Kinks because I don't know much about them, but I do know that they're an extremely influential group. They did a lot to kind of influence stuff like punkier genres or a little harder genres, hard rock, and I'm not entirely sure about all that, but I'm pretty sure the Kinks were pretty inspirational to a lot of people. So I'm excited to check this song out. It's a shorter song, so this is going to be a shorter video. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Daniel, aka Deathstroke9, and here we react to music. I try to figure out what the music and the lyrics mean to me. Plus, we just listen to good music. In this case, this song probably doesn't have very complex lyrics, but we'll still look at them. You really got a hold on me? No, you really got me. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Not much else to say. Links to the original video is going to be down below in the description. And if you enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing, because it helps. Let's go. Oh wow, I like the very chunky feel of that guitar.
Girl, you really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me
piano
so
back there too.
At night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know why.
All right, I'm gonna pause it there. So yeah, wow. This is good. The drums are awesome. The piano in the background's cool. I like how they're bringing instruments in slowly. It's a simple song and yet very powerful. His style of singing too, I think, is probably pretty has been passed down. Because when did this come out? Was before this? It was a lot of times slower, right? That's a generalization, but this feels very fast, and yeah, the lyrics, as I said, we've got, let's take a look at what we've got so far. Girl, you really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You've got me so I can't sleep at night. So, completely infatuated with somebody. Yeah, you really got me now. Let me make it bigger so you can see what it is I'm reading. Although I'll bet that if you're watching this video, you may already know these lyrics. But hey. And basically repeats himself. You really got me, really got me. See, don't ever set me free. So he likes this position. He's like, you know what? I want to be by your side. Will you have me? Let's go. Let's Let's do it. Let's go out on a date. Let's get married. Let's have an affair. Whatever it is, It's like, all right, you've got me now. Let's do this. All right, let's keep going. Kinks, you really got me. I love that riff so much. This is a good song.
Got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me.
Okay, turn that up. Hell yeah. That was awesome.
See, don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me.
What a great song. All right. You know what we're going to do soon? We're going to do what a lot of people asked me to do, which was Van Halen. You Really Got Me in Eruption, I think, live or whatever. I think those are together. I could be wrong. I think they are. Yeah, and kind of compare the two. All right. Well, what a great song. Let's take a look at what Songfacts has to say about this. I want to know when this came out. Lyrics meaning. All right. Songfacts.com. This charted #1 in the UK and #7 in the US. That's as it should have. Kinks frontman Ray Davies wrote the lyrics to this rambunctious rocker after watching girls dancing in a club. It's not the most articulate lyric, but that's the point. A guy in the song is so infatuated, all he can do is mutter at the girl about how she really got him. 2015, he told Rolling Stone, "I just remembered this one girl dancing. Sometimes you're so overwhelmed by the presence of another person you can't put two words together." Davies expanded on the song's inspiration during a 2016 interview with Q magazine. "I was playing a gig at a club in Piccadilly and there was a young girl in the audience who I really liked. She had beautiful lips, thin but not skinny. Not long hair, but about here, points to shoulders, long enough to put your hands through, drifts off wistfully, long enough to hold. I wrote You Really Got Me for her, even though I never met her." Dave Davies got the dirty guitar sound by slashing the speaker cone on his amplifier with a razor blade. The vibration of the fabric produced an effect known as fuzz, which became common in various electronic devices were invented to distort the sound. At the time, none of these devices existed, so Davies would mistreat his amp to get the desired sound, often kicking it. That's so cool. He invented fuzz. That's awesome. According to Dave, the amp slashing happened in his bedroom in North London when he was irate. He had gotten his girlfriend, Sue Sheehan, pregnant, and their parents wanted to keep them from getting married. Instead of doing self-harm, he used the blade on the amp to channel his rage. The amp was a cheap unit called an El Pico that had been giving him problems, and he decided to teach it a lesson. In the studio, the wounded El Pico was hooked into another amp, which Davies recalls as a Vox AC30, and producer Shel Talmy remembers as a Vox AC10. The sound they got changed the course of rock history, becoming the first big hit to use distortion. Wow, that's awesome. Almost all the music, or a lot of the music I like, has distortion. All right, Davies and Sheehan stayed apart, but she had the baby, a girl named Tracy, who finally met her father in 1993. You Really Got Me is the first hit for the Kinks. Before releasing it, they put out 2 singles that flopped, a cover of Long Tall Sally, and a Ray Davies composition called You Still Want Me. If You Really Got Me didn't sell, there was a good chance the record label would have dropped them. But the song gave them the hit they were looking for. Soon they were making TV appearances, gracing magazine covers, and playing on bills with the Beatles as an opening act. They didn't have an album out when the song took off, so they rushed one out to capitalize on the demand. This first album, self-titled, has just 5 originals, with the rest being R&B covers. Standard practice at the time for British invasion bands. The Kinks recorded a slower version with a blues feel on their first attempt, but hated the results. Ray Davies thought it came out clean and sterile when he wanted it to capture the energy of their live shows. His girlfriend backed him up, saying it didn't make her want to drop her knickers. Okay, then. The Kinks record company had no interest in letting them re-record the song, but due to a technicality in their contract, they were able to withhold the song until they could do it again. At their second session, Dave Davies used the Slash amp. Talmy produced it to get the desired live sound. This is the version that was released. Talmy actually liked the original. He claimed it would have been a hit if it was released. Well, okay. He came up with the famous riff on piano at the family home. He played it for Dave, who transposed it to guitar. Their first version was 6 minutes long, but the final release came in at just 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. The first line was originally you really get me going. He changed it to girl, you get me going at the suggestion of one of their advisors. The idea was to appeal to the teenage girls in their audience. The final version of the song was recorded in July 1964. 1964. Day it was all changed forever. With Ray Davies on lead vocals, Dave Davies on guitar, and Pete Quaife on bass. The Kinks didn't have a drummer when they first recorded the song a month earlier, so producer Shel Talmy brought in a session musician named Bobby Graham to play. When they recorded it the second time in July, Mick Avery joined the band as their drummer. Talmy didn't trust him, made him play tambourine while Graham played drums. Interesting. All right. This is very interesting. It was rumored that Jimmy Page played guitar on this track, and the band denied that. Interesting. Alright, Ray Davies took pains to make sure we could understand the words. I made a conscious effort to make my voice sound pure, and I sang the words as clearly as the music would allow. Then a cover of the song was the first hit for Van Halen. Wow, that's interesting. You okay, kitty? I'm going to let you out in 1 minute. I'm almost finished making this video. It has been used in a lot of things. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's used in Guitar Hero too, huh? It's funny, Guitar Hero was one of the... It's almost a premonition. So when I was a lot younger, and me and my family, before we got a house, we lived in a condo. And we lived in a condo in Florida, actually. But then we moved, and then we lived with like my grandmother for a while. So anyway, somewhere along the line, we got a Wii, like as a gaming console. And the first game I ever played was Guitar Hero, and I only ever played it one time because my mom was then like, yeah, this game isn't really for you. But I played it one time. I remember liking it, although it was like really hard, because I don't know how old I was very young, and the big freaking thing, which now that I have an actual guitar to compare, they're so small, and it has no resemblance at all to what actually playing a guitar is like. So it's just hilarious. But yeah, it was that game, and then I played Wii Sports, and then that was my introduction. And then I was a Nintendo fan forever. I was like, oh, Nintendo is like, I thought Nintendo was the greatest gaming company in the world. Then like a little while ago, we got an Xbox, and then it was like, that is not true anymore. So anyway, there's a lot of information on this song. The Who actually played this in many of their early concerts. All right. Very, very influential song. Very, very interesting. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. yeah, let me know what you think of the song down in the comments. Let me know if there's anything I missed, because I think it inspired a lot. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending some time with me. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Deathstroke9 out. See you guys soon.